Hello friends, I trust all of you are doing very well. So I am here today to discuss a very special issue, and it's actually a very important issue and also something that is uh, you know that has affected certain people, of certain students of CA final. They are not my students, but nevertheless they are CA students, and me and the team thought that we should actually discuss this with you guys. Right now, it's a fairly important issue. The issue concerns examination and the correction of papers by examiners and specifically the evaluation of the exam papers. Right. So there is a student called Sanchit Agarwal. Right. Sanchit Agarwal, who's student of CA final, who wrote the May 22 exams, and the student wrote the exams for CA final SFM, and we have here in front of us the paper that he wrote. Okay, I will take you through the paper. The thing is, what we've noticed is the evaluation system, no, of this student's paper. The poor student, I really feel for him, has been very bad. The evaluation is horrendous. I mean, I cannot even get a better word. The evaluation is so bad. Evaluation is so bad. The student actually wrote the right answer. Please understand this properly, what I'm saying. The student wrote the correct answer, but the evaluator gave improper marks, or rather the evaluator did not even give marks. Okay, the evaluator did not even apply basic common sense. The evaluator did not even see what was given in the answer sheet, and because of this the student has lost valuable marks. So it has lost several marks. In my opinion, at least 10 to 15 marks is lost. At least 10 marks. Okay, not 15, but at least 10 marks is lost because of this poor quality of evaluation. Okay, so I actually want you to take you guys, whoever are watching this video, through this particular paper, and I will try and highlight the issues where what the student has actually faced the problem, the way it has been evaluated by the current ICAI examiner, and what ICAI could potentially do, and what are my views, what are our views at Indigo Learn on how these things can be done much better with respect to the examination system. Okay, let us go and have a look at this. Right, so I guess you are able to see what is there on screen. I'll just slightly zoom it out. This is May 22 CA final SFM paper. It says you are supposed to find out the present value of free cash flows to the firm. Right, so basically the present value. Right, now there are multiple ways, multiple methods, multiple scenarios in which this can be done, and all of that, it is just a representation which how you show the numbers. But look here, in this particular, what is so sad is, I hope you are able to see the screen. The student, I'll just read out the numbers for your understanding. Student has written present value as 24.78, then 36.30, then 29.942, and got a total of 79.031. Okay, now you look at the suggested answer, what they gave: 24.78, 26.31, 27 point, how much? 94, and they gave answer as 79.03. What is the difference between the answer what the student has given and what the institute has given? He's actually given one decimal extra. Okay, and how is the working? The working is, he first put EBIT, then subtracted taxes, then he wrote, there was some bit of scratching. There is no, there is some, it could have been neater. Okay, I fully concede that aspect, that it could have been neater, things could have been more cleaner and all that. But beyond that, the student has actually made the computation right, and student has got 79.031 as the answer. And what is the institute answer? 79.03. But how many marks has the student been awarded? Student has been awarded 0 marks. How much? 0. This is an 8-mark question, my dear friends. 8-mark question. 8-mark question, the student has lost entire mark. See, for neatness, cleanliness, I know there are no marks, but there is stepwise marking. There is something, marks have to be given. This question deserves at least 7 marks, if not 8 marks. Now let us look at the next one, what the student has done. The student here is about, this is a question on, and I've taken this screenshot directly from the student's LinkedIn post. Okay, so I have not got it from somewhere else. I have taken it directly from the student's LinkedIn post. You see, this is the question on interest rate risk management, basically LIBOR, how do you hedge, and what is the interest and all of that stuff. Basically you enter into a swap, and do an interest rate swap, and a LIBOR plus loan, you're converting a floating rate loan into a fixed rate loan, so on and so forth. Now you see the sad part. In this question, the student has answered everything using months as a denomination. So the number of months, or whatever is the payment frequency or payment methodology, right? He's taken the count as a number of actual months by the number of months totally to be made in the computation. Ideally, we, as you have seen in my classes, I say that you should use days, but from the student side, let's look at it from the student side, right? ICAI has solved like this in past. ICAI has solved in their past certain question papers or practice manual study material. They have used payment frequency or computation of interest using months instead of days. Now, that is a very fair argument from the student side, right? And the student has received 0 marks for this. Student has received 0 marks. This is also deeply unfair. See, you can cut some marks saying that the computation is not correct. It is not 2 by 12, but it is 183 by 365. You can say all of that. All that is fine. But does this not deserve even a single mark? This is truly appalling. This is truly appalling. Now let us look at the next page. Here, this is also very unfortunate. You see, the student has lost a mark here, and I'll tell you why. So in this particular question, it's basically earnings-based valuation of some shares of a company called PQR. You see, the eventual answer is 2 crore 75 lakh 52,000. How did we get the answer 2 crore 75 lakhs? It is 28 lakhs into 1.2 into 0.82. And what is 0.82? 1 minus 0.18. The student has exactly solved the same way, but instead of doing A into B into C, the student did A into B and then multiplied by C. So you see here 9.84, then 9.84 is multiplied by 28 lakhs, and then the student finally got the answer. And when the student got the answer, where is the thing very specific? 2 crore 75 lakh 52,000. 2 crore 75 lakh 52,000 here. Both the places it is clearly visible. The answer is same, but the student was not awarded the right marks here because he computed A into B instead of doing A into B into C. What sort of evaluation system is this? This is, I actually get doubts. See, I'm even though I'm not a member of the institute, okay, I genuinely feel that the institute has a very good process. But then the people who are working in the process know this particular evaluator has literally toyed with the future of this kid. How can we even accept this? The institute should initiate this action against the evaluators who are doing stuff like this. They should initiate disciplinary proceedings. They have relevant rules and regulations, by the way. It is not that institute cannot do anything. Institute can proceed against the evaluator. They should definitely proceed against the evaluator. Institute will know who is the evaluator. Specifically in subjects like SFM, right? And I say this from experience after having spoken to a few examiners and evaluators. A lot of the evaluators don't understand these concepts well. So they are, doing simply A into B is equal to C. A into B is there. Okay, chalo, let us give marks. Otherwise, let us not give marks. What sort of system is this? You need people who are qualified, who understand the logic. The whole world runs on logic. World does not run on, exactly the same sequence of steps. See, you need stepwise marking. You need to go through a format. You need steps. I understand. But that doesn't mean that the steps cannot be different for different people. Instead of doing A into B, you can do A into B into C, or you can do A into B first and then into C. How can you not award marks for this? This is truly disgusting. Now let us move to the next one, and this is a theory question. This is one place where the student has actually written whatever is there in the material, and evaluator has not awarded the full marks. And here I don't know what is the reason why the evaluator has not awarded marks. This student has literally condensed whatever is there present in the material and whatever are the actual rules and regulations and written them. Probably a half mark could have been taken, but the student was not awarded sufficient marks even for this. Right. So I will not get into every single item. The student has put up 4 images, and a lot of other students have responded to this LinkedIn and Twitter post, and they have shared their own experiences of how things have gone bad for them. My belief is that what has happened, and I truly believe that what has happened is wrong, and I truly empathize and feel for this guy Sanjay Agarwal. Right. Nobody should go through what he's going through. Okay. But I have certain points to add. Okay. I have genuinely some points to add. First, for Sanjay Agarwal, what I will do is, Sanjay, as I had mentioned in the post, I had responded to you on LinkedIn, and my team members also responded. I think you should reach out to the institute. You should tag CCMs. You should send emails, and you should send consistent emails. You should send consistent letters. You should send whatever is the medium available. Try and reach out to people and highlight this problem. What has happened? Okay, there is an email ID. I will just tell you the ID. Just hold on for a sec. Yes, the ID is verificationfinal@ica.in. Okay, verification final VRIFICATION final FINAL at ICAI.in. Okay, even though I'm giving you this ID, Sanchit, even though I feel for you a lot, I genuinely empathize. Okay, and I'm sure there are other students also who are going through some trouble like this. I don't think you're a lone case, right? If possible, my suggestion is, do reach out to people. Please do message, keep messaging on LinkedIn and Twitter. Probably start a petition on change.org. Get like-minded people, and if possible, all of you reach out together to the institute. Okay, that is one suggestion. Second suggestion what I have is, despite me asking you to proceed in the reaching out to the institute, and if possible try out a legal method and all of that, I still think you should still prepare for your November exams, right? This is for Sanchit. This applies as much for Sanchit as it applies for other students also, right? Because see, guys, I don't know how many of you remember or how many of you are aware. Just before COVID, right? In I think September 19 to Feb 19, Feb 20, or even March 20, there was a lot of agitation that happened because of we wanted changes in ICAI regulations, and a lot of faculty went to Delhi. They did dharna, and all of it happened. But what was the unfortunate problem? When this happened exactly in September, October. Okay, when this happened in September, October, a lot of students spent time. Their mind got diverted. A lot of students underwent mental stress. Okay, they underwent mental stress. Their entire mind got diverted, and they started focusing on what going there to dharna, go to the CA institute, in front of Delhi office or Noida office, and then doing a dharna. What is happening every day used to get updates. It became a national television tamasha also, right? In that time, in addition to that mental trauma, a lot of people lost valuable days in which they could have prepared for the respective November 19 exams. Now in our case, I'm referring to November 22 exams. A lot of people lost time. So my suggestion is, please don't let this one event direct everything that you do for the next 2 months. I am not saying don't fight. Okay, do not get me wrong. I am not saying don't fight. Fight has to happen, but parallelly, even the study has to happen, because I know that there have been such evaluators. There probably will be some more evaluators like this in the ICAI system. You can never be sure that everything will be 100% pakka. ICAI should definitely try for that. I'm not saying no, but sometimes things don't go as per what we planned. Sometimes things are not fair to us, and we should still fight, but we should also move forward. We should fight and move forward together. Okay, you should not stop and fight. You should fight and move forward together. I know it is tough. I know what I'm saying is tough. I know that I am not the person who's facing this issue. I know you are the ones who are facing this issue. Even then, I'm saying you should fight and parallelly move forward. You should not let this fact alone dictate the rest of your time. Okay, so my suggestion is, please also study. Please also parallelly study. Do not dedicate all your time to dharna. Please study. November exams are 45 days away. We are on September 15, 16. Your exams start on November 1st week. Right, so please continue to study. Okay, this is the second suggestion. Third suggestion what I have is, ICAI should definitely look into this whole thing of regulation 39.4, where 39.4, if students are not aware, is the CA regulations, which basically state that how the paper should be evaluated and all of that, and in that there is only scope for retotaling, but there is no scope for re-evaluation. I don't know what is the reason why they don't make that amendment. If it is a long process, at least start the process today. No, I don't think it is a long process. I know, even though I'm not a member, and who am I to give an advice to the highest body in accounting in India? You may think whatever you want to think, but that is a process. Somebody is telling you something logical, please try. If you have to change the regulation 39.4, make the change. If you have to approach the government, approach the government. You have to do something at MCA, approach the MCA. What is this where you cannot re-evaluate a paper? It will open a Pandora's box. Of course it will open a Pandora's box. If you don't evaluate it properly, of course it will open a Pandora's box. You cannot do something wrong for the fear that if I open up the gates, everybody will find out that I'm doing something wrong, and I will be forced to make corrections. No, you're the one who's committing mistake, and I'm referring to ICAI here. If you are making a mistake, you have to change. Why is there so much resistance to change? I mean, if whole world is changing, why are you refusing to change? I know that you have introduced digital evaluation. I know that you have introduced more MCQs. I know new syllabuses. There are a lot more changes that are coming. Probably more MCQ evaluation. All that is fine. But today this guy Sanchit Agarwal has lost it, right? Today his 6 months are wasted, right? ICAI definitely has to change, guys. If there is any such petition, if there is something on change.org, or if there is something where we can help, please reach out to us. We will definitely help. But again, I come back to the point, life sometimes is tough. We should we should continue to fight the injustices, but we should continue to move forward parallelly. You cannot say I will stop my entire life and only fight injustice. In that way, you may have won the battle but lost the war kind of scenario. You should never allow that to happen. You should do parallelly both. If it is, if you are the one who's affected, this is my suggestion. If you are not the one who's affected, right, a lot of you, when you see your certified copies, may not have issues like this. You may figure out that you only made a mistake. For people like you please support them, provide them moral support, whatever support you want to provide, but please don't get into the dharna mode. Please steady. That is my humble request. Okay, so guys, this is what I wanted to communicate. I am all for changes, but I am saying that should not come at the cost of your education. Both of them should work parallelly. Okay, so this is my humble request. Please continue to study for November 22 exams, and we will try. I personally and Indigo, and we will try and reach out and see what best we can do to address the situation, what help we can give, how we can reach out to the authorities and make things happen. Okay, so that's the what I wanted to talk to you about, guys. I hope all of you study well, and all the very best.